stream to go live.
How come the Siege never plays against any of your painful armies?
That is a question for him. I don't know.
Like, I went dick first into the Dark Angels.
Because he doesn't want to.
He doesn't play against either.
No. He hasn't played my... He played the Knights in the Worm. He hasn't played my Dark Angels yet. It's because we're rigging it against him. Like the Orcs versus Blood Angels. Alright. What's up? It appears that we are live on YouTube. Let me just make sure.
We're live and I'm making faces?
You're making faces. Let's see here. Clown Mode is watching.
What's up,
Clown Mode?
I'm stealing my brush back.
Alright. I don't know how to do the chat functions. So, we're waiting on Sealer to show up and teach me how to do things. How's it going, Nick?
It's going great. It's going great. We're going to paint some Poxwalkers today. Poxwalkers and a tally man. Tally me bananas.
Tallying the bananas, you say?
We're going to tally the bananas. We're even
Oh,
going to
fantastic.
use the paint palette that our painter gave us.
Ooh.
Because we're going to wash a lot, and I don't want my wash to go dry. I think it's going to be a lot of washing. Ooh,
what's up?
Quite the
We are very live. Tom B says, I was just watching your battle report from yesterday. Absolutely. Oh, Fairgood is going to make a gif of that look from Nick.
Which look? The one I was just given?
Oh, man. That was that just like the 1,000-yard stare? What was going on there?
Well, I was in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize we were live.
Welcome, Artemis Steve. Welcome everyone to the chat. Glad that you all can join us. Let me post this around so that people know that we are live.
We have so much to paint, and it's got to get painted in 2 hours or less.
Well, I mean, you could paint it after.
We cannot.
Okay.
You cannot paint outside of the paint stream. That is number one rule of paint stream.
Mm.
It's actually the number one rule of Art of War. John just breaks it every day.
I do. I paint all the time. Just paint when I'm on the phone. You gotta get things done.
I pace while I'm on the phone. You can't paint and pace.
Yes, you can. You need
See,
Bluetooth headphones that you can walk and paint.
You think I do nothing when I'm on the phone, aside from being on the phone. But the pacing is my step counter. It's off the charts. How do you think you keep this wonderful figure without doing anything?
That's true. You've got to pace for that.
I need to get back to working out better.
Yeah, that's something I say to myself every week. Here we are. The lists go up in time for the tournament list analysis. The tournament list analysis, I believe, is a clinic being held at 4 p.m.
Yes.
So, I don't know if lists are live yet for the Clutch City GT, but, Nick's going to find out.
I was told they would go up around noon. That was Central Time, so it is about 12:11 Central Time. So, now-ish.
Now-ish.
Would be hopeful. Let's take a look. Oh, lists are live, ladies and gentlemen. We have fodder for our clinic today. I don't want to go through them just yet because I need something to do after this. Also, I need to actually paint during this paint stream.
You do need to paint during this paint stream. For once, Nick is going to do it. Oop. Lists are unlocked.
Lists are unlocked.
There we go. That is what we like to see.
Are you sharing them?
Am I sharing them?
No, I thought that's what you were doing.
No, they're just live on the...
Yeah.
It's that there's a post on your Facebook saying the exact same thing.
Who was telling me?
Colin, the TO of the Clutch City GT.
Great.
I'm sure that'll be a very fun event.
Could you type thanks to him?
Your phone's right there.
I'm painting and you're on Facebook.
Oh my goodness.
You're on my account on Facebook.
Oh my goodness. Absolute madness.
You're on Facebook during work hours.
Oh my goodness. I'm leaving you alone. Not even waiting for Sigmar. I'm leaving you.
No, Mr. Siegs. You know what? Why Mr. Siegs isn't here today? He was supposed to be on this paint stream. You know why he's not? Because 12:55 rolls around. We're just working on the schedule right before the paint stream, getting ready to roll in here. And then Siegs is like, oh, I got to take a shower. Siegs, my man. I'm the shower guy. Now Siegs the shower guy. We can't make fun of me for this anymore.
I like how Nick managed to turn taking showers every day into a personality trait. I personally just do it and don't comment on it because I feel like it's relatively normal.
It's about the time of the shower.
It's true. I shower in the morning.
You do. It's very healthy.
Yep. It's clockwork.
First thing in the morning, John takes a shower. I've never seen anything like it. We're talking about how you're late for not showering on time.
Absolutely. Also, you definitely need to do the chat things. I don't know how to do it.
Okay, I'll get that sorted out.
Right
Just
on.
grab the Kroot paints.
Kroot.
Derek the Kroot.
Derek the Kroot is making an appearance. The background is a Kroot. Today is a Kroot-centric hangout and hobby.
So you guys ready for the story of Derek? My one experience against Derek the Kroot?
Did he kill 6 Everett's?
No, but he tried. I was playing Tank Roberts, LVO in a practice game.
Mhm.
They're just Tank Roberts, who his list won the Nope, and he's from Hellstorm Gaming. That Tank Roberts,
Yep.
and he was playing Tau with like 9 broadsides and some European stuff like that. And I'm playing Orcs with Ludas and boys, and I'm trying to hide and knock a table by 9 broadsides. And he's got Derek the Kroot. I'm like, what the hell is Derek the Kroot? And he's like, oh, he's this little Kroot character. He's 20 points. So, like, just does some weird mortal thing on a 2-up or whatever. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Once per game. And he shows up and he rolls a 6, which apparently does D6 mortals. And then he rolls a 6 on the D6. And then just picks up 6 Ludas. And this is my first experience. And I'm like, dude, this guy's broken. Why isn't he in every Talus? He's like, he's never done that before.
And we'll never do it again. Just in the one practice game. Killed 6 Ludas.
6 Ludas. I was like ready to grot shield up, lose like 90 Ludas, or like 90 grots, but still have my Ludas intact for all of his stuff.
Just 6 Ludas.
6 Ludas just died right there.
Incredible.
And like, you're going to roll 1s on the broadside, so like you are going to lose some Ludas to the 1s.
Yeah, I
and
hope
then it's
so.
like 6 more. I was after that. At that turn, I had like no more Ludas.
Oof.
It's not good.
Did you win that practice game?
I did.
There you go.
That's what it's about.
Howdy, Christian. Today, Mr. Nick is painting up Death Guard. He's getting ready for a tournament this weekend, the Clutch City GT, and he's painting up the actual model for the Tallyman, as well as
Actual
Foxwalkers,
Tallyman.
an actual Tallyman. Mr. Richard is going to be joining us very, very shortly, and he'll be working on some Kroot, some very exciting Kroot auxiliaries to supplement the Tau army that he'll be playing on stream tomorrow. I'm actually painting nothing because I will be leaving in 5 minutes.
Come, Mr.
But
Tallyman,
If I were to paint, I'd be painting Rabute Gulliman so that we actually have some Imperium on this paint stream. Because that's what we need, folks. More Space Marines.
Xenos.
This is Death Guard. We don't need Chaos. Maybe Xenos and Imperium.
Is it Kroot? Come on.
Yeah, Crude are acceptable. It's the
I
Death
need a
Guard.
bigger wash brush. What can I use?
Anything else?
Aha.
All of Nick's brushes are wash brushes and/or dry brushes.
They are if you believe hard enough.
No, I take care of my brushes. You guys
You
really
can
don't.
squeeze this back there for me, John.
Mhm.
Floor. And then I will trade places.
Sounds good to me.
We're gonna paint the pox walkers. Buddy pox, poxity pox, walkers.
Is that the Boxwalker song?
Why is this
That's the
going?
Poxwalker song.
That's it.
You gotta have a song for your armies. If they don't have a theme song, then you have no flair when you ride into battle. John, what's the theme song of the White Scars?
It's Mongolian throat singing.
Mongolian throat singing.
It's the Who.
Yesterday, Mark, John, and I were sitting at a little kitchen table. We were playing some board games, just hanging out. We're After Dark style. And then Mark's like, I was like, let's put on some music. So I turn my TV on, get YouTube ready. And then Mark's like, have you ever heard of the band called Who? And I was like, the Who? Yeah, I think I've heard of them. And Mark's like, no, Who, the Mongolian throat metal band. And we're like, what? No, I hadn't heard of that. And then we listened to Who. And he's like, this is what White Scars ride into battle with.
Okay. Can't spell it though.
H-U. Actually, no, he could. He said H-O, I think. Oh my god.
What is this?
This is my paint pot. Don't you dare.
Get that out of here.
He's no. Once I'm done with the washing, he's gonna be used.
Oh.
But you gotta start the paint streams off the wash.
Derek the Kroot is disappointed in you.
Derek the Kroot.
Don't disappoint Derek.
Dude, you can't disappoint Derek. I don't disappoint anybody.
Let's go ahead and grab.
The lists are live for the Clutch City
Ooh, that's
GT.
exciting.
I want to go look at them, but I actually have to paint my army for the Clutch City GT.
the
Who's the
hardships of the tournament player. I gotta actually paint the stuff I want to use. What question were you at around, Nick?
I wasn't at anything. I've just been talking. This has been a Nick monologue for the past 10 minutes. Can I get strong tone from there?
Strong tone?
Yeah. I need to darken up these pox walkers. They are too
Yeah, green tone, blue tone, purple tone.
strong tone.
We've got something else that shouldn't have a red cap. Soft tone.
I'll take soft tone.
No, I'll be able to find it. Strong tone.
Strong
I'm a
Look at
master.
that. He's a master. Master finder.
Hey guys, I was just watching your battle report from yesterday. Really enjoyed it. What'd you think about that, Nick?
We
The surprise
taught
from Kyle?
a strategy session on it. That's how much I enjoyed it. No, it was awesome. The surprise was unexpected, of course, but what did I do to my poxwalker? It's like metallic now. Oh boy, that's not good. I don't know what I just did. But yeah, the game was really fun. I enjoyed playing the YOLO White Scars. I really am bummed, though, I didn't get to play my Magnus Morty Lord James list. I'm going to play that soon, because I actually like that list a lot. I want to like explore it. It's not really my style, because it's all big monsters and stuff, but the horrors make it feel like it's like not just big monsters. Like, I can lose all my monsters and still win the game.
Yeah, it's still got tricks.
Yeah.
Cool.
What did you think of that game?
I thought it was pretty interesting. I mean, you just see how well White Scars play the mission.
Yeah, dude. John had like
Alright.
no primary points. And he had splitting horrors. Like, that army is hard to take primary points off of.
The Reaver Lieutenant was a boss as well.
Yeah.
Being able to turn off OPSEC is so powerful.
Yeah. Well, that's like, you don't use it in most games, honestly. But when you use it, you really use it.
It's just completely game changing.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. That was like really fun to play from my perspective.
Any news on strategy session about how to stress test lists?
So, not quite how to stress test list, but it all came to be because on Saturday we were doing like a little practice tournament session, I guess, for me, Mark, John, and our buddy Jack, who's also going to go. We were just practicing for this tournament, and it felt different from how we play like war room games and how we play YouTube games. Not necessarily more educational because we're not really explaining anything. We're practicing for ourselves. So that's why we didn't just throw the camera on. But, there was a lot to be learned there from a different style of teaching. So I want to try to incorporate that more into just our overall teaching styles. What do you think, Seeks?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of different ways to actually prepare for a tournament, one of which is testing what final variant actually gets submitted to BCP. And that often takes a lot of behind-the-scenes reps
Absolutely.
and just testing different options.
Like that. That's what I did all day.
Yeah.
It was basically just like, this is the first 1,500 points in my Death Guard. This is the last 500. Which way do I want to spend it?
Provided just doesn't come out of nowhere. That took a lot of practice reps. And not full games, mind you, but like first 2-3 turns, feel it out, see what you might be missing, or you just play a particularly tough mission against, you really want to test the tough missions.
Like, think about what the hardest thing you come up with is. Like, it would really suck to play Dark Angels on direct assault. Something like that.
Yeah, is it actually playable?
Is it? Can I play it? If not, like, put it on the board, play the first 2 turns, figure out if it's not playable. If it is, you're golden. If it's not, can you add or subtract something from your army? Try a different way to make it playable.
Nick, are you worried about Sean Naden in that tournament?
Oh, I should see what his list is. See, let's read you his list. Sean is always worth
Put your phone on me.
respecting at tournaments. That guy's a ninja.
Avatar Arcane?
All right, so Mr. Sean. Oh, you gotta read this.
All right, so we have a Spearhead Detachment, Expert Crafters, Masters of Concealment, Avatar Arcane, Farseer Skyrunner.
Masters of Concealment, that's the one that gives them cover. He went for that instead of ignoring cover. That's interesting.
Yep, not Masterful Shots.
Yeah.
So he's got a triple 3-3-man Dark Reapers with Rapid Shot as the Exarch power, 2 Wraith Seers protecting Jinx with D-Cannon.
Let me pause. Do they have Tempest launchers on this Exarch or no?
They have, nope, it's 3 Reaper launchers.
3
each.
Reaper launchers. All right, so
No
no
Tempest.
indirect fire. That's an interesting choice as well.
And then Yunari Patrol. And we've got 3 units of 1 Razorwing Flock, 2 Urguls, and an Archon, Yvrine, 5 Witches with +2 move, Beastmaster, 8 Incubi, a 15-man Hellion unit, 1 Ravager with triple Disintegrator, and a Raider.
Wow.
So just a lot of different units.
I need to sit with this for a second. So, Avatar, Farseer, 3 units of 3 Reapers, 2 Wraith Seers. So, he's got solid shooting from that detachment. Like, that is a lot of actual solid shooting.
Also tough stuff to just stand on objectives.
Tough stuff to stand on objectives. That's something Elder struggles with. Yeah, Raciers are great for that. Interesting. Okay. We got 3 solo Razor Wing Flocks. Very, very useful units. Love that. Domination, engage on all fronts, all that stuff. Super good at playing the mission with that. What else do we have? 2 Urguls, same thing. Just, engage, scramblers, or whatever they can do. The actions and just doing
go on the
stuff.
raider.
Go on the raider, annoy people. I think they can do actions, they're not characters.
So Overwatch too for you if you need it.
Yeah, then an Archon with some combat stuff. Cat Lady, so that's whatever. 5 Witches, that's minimum. A Beastmaster, I don't know if there's any tech there or if that's like necessary to take the beast or something, but I don't think that's particularly useful.
It is a fast character.
That's true. Big unit of Incubi, they run around the Raider, countercharge stuff, hide in the wall, charge from outside the wall kind of thing. 15 Hellions, no idea what that is. Maybe some crowd control, I guess. If he was worried about hordes and a single Ravager, nifty. What a nifty guy that is, single Ravager. I don't know. Makes me wish I had played this crawl, actually. But these boards are really empty, and that's why I didn't go for the Plague's Crawler, so we'll see. We will see. That's going to be an interesting game, because he doesn't have much in the way of OBSEC, and that's really the thing that stops me. He doesn't have much in the way of killing Terminators, that's the other thing that really stops me. But he's going to score a lot of points and ignore me, and I can't do much about that. Like, I don't have screens to stop Urguls from scrambling and whatnot. He's just going to get a lot of stuff. So it'll be an interesting game. What do you think, Mr. Seeks?
Yeah, and he has very fast units to just throw them out in the objectives and stop you from spreading the sickness.
Yeah,
or raising banners. Or
that's
whatever.
true. I'll have to be very careful about spreading the sickness and all
You
that.
can just get on the objectives, and the longer he delays it, the fewer points you're going to get out of those important secondaries while he racks his up.
Yep, that's a great point.
What about Hybriduals? I assume that was for John. I don't know enough about the Hybriduals, and we haven't seen them on stream yet. But they shoot a lot. The Tyranid.
Yeah, they shoot. They shoot. Well, there's 2 versions. There's Scythe and there's Barb. The Barb is shooty, and
I assume it wasn't specified, but I assume the Barbed.
The Scythe I feel like is like a Demic Heron that doesn't have awesome movement rules, so you probably should just take the Demic Heron. The Barbed one is the one you want because it shoots super hard.
Can you guys go over why you need to draw line of sight to the base of a model when shooting next to obscuring?
In the rule book, it says so. It basically says if you can obscuring terrain blocks, if you can't draw a line from a point on your base to the point, also every point on the enemy's base. It just keeps referencing the word base. That's more or less why.
Do you guys like a Space Wolves list with a lot of dreads in it, like the Redemptors? Nick definitely does.
Yeah, I do like Redemptors. I think I would run 2 or 3 units, honestly, or 2 or 3 Redemptors in my Space Wolf army. I want to play Space Wolves again on stream too. I feel like I didn't do them justice because it was stupid Night Army. But yeah, Space Wolf Redemptors are nasty. Like, they get 6-inch heroics, so they actually are quite mobile. And then if you get your advance and charge guy up and going, then they can advance and charge. So they're like quite fast. They're really tough because they're dreadnoughts, of course, are -1 damage. You can take a Librarian with Tome and Malcador, so he gets Psychic Fortress for a 5-up invul. And then you take the Stormcaller, so they have 2-up armor from cover. So they're just tough, and they need 2 CPs, -1 to hit, really tough. And they slap, because Space Wolves are just all about that double exploding 6's life. And when you roll a 6 to hit with your Strength 14 -3 D3 +3 damage fist, and you get 2 more of those auto hits, that slaps. That slaps.
You are not rolling many 6s on those.
I don't roll 6s.
You do, but just not that.
He's trying to spin the lies here.
How does Nick feel about the Death Guard list he took to the Salt City GT? Is there anything he would change in hindsight in terms of the list being submitted?
It's the one I submitted to the tournament a few weeks ago. I was pretty happy with that list. I think, well, of course my Foul Blightspawn didn't work, which was news to me, so that needs to be reworked, which it now is. Overall, I was pretty happy with it. I think I would have gone for 2 Plague Burst Crawlers and 1 Dread in hindsight because the increased line of sight blocking I wasn't prepared for. But more or less the same army. I like Mortinian's Angel a lot now. That could have helped in that tournament as well.
Was that turning off the rerolls?
Turning off the rerolls. That was so money against Jack last night. Oh, man.
You playing Space Marines?
Yeah. He just, he couldn't kill Boxwalkers, and it felt great. Like Blade Guard. Blade Guard couldn't kill Boxwalkers. Not efficiently enough.
Morty didn't do a whole lot in yesterday's stream game, but he did at least turn off the rerolls for a while.
Yeah. I could not kill Horrors with those rerolls off. You notice how as soon as Mori died, all the Horrors died? Interesting.
We got a $5 super chat from TK Penny. Nick the Obscuring does not reference the base, it just says model.
Really? Are we sure? Are we sure? Well, then we need John Lennon here. I really think it's base, but I'm not claiming to be staring at a rulebook while I paint the spot.
They updated it in FAQ, so let's see.
Oh, see, I'd say open the rulebook, not the internet.
We'll open up the internet. Let's see. We've got... Where are those core rules? Here they are.
Boxwalkers.
All right. Obscuring. Maybe it was only a clarification to obscuring it. Didn't cover.
How are we looking
Didn't
on
reread
time,
it.
Mr. Seegs? I need to...
1:30.
1:30? Oh, we got to quicken up this pace. Let's cast a psychic power. I guess we didn't start at 1, so that's true. We never start on time.
It looks like it was just a clarification on it, not an update to the wording, the full wording at least. So, get the rule book in here. Get John in here.
Let me get all the washes. I'm going to town with these Boxwalkers. Let me get every wash we got in there. Purple, blue, red, whatever you
Purple,
got.
blue. There's green tone.
I think there's
soft
also
tone.
a specific wash drawer.
No, I think you did away with that. Dark tone. What else? Purple tone. Strong tone. You have purple tone. I think that's all of them.
Okay. We got a red? No red?
I don't see a red one.
Let's check the wash drawer.
Here's no wash drawer.
There are other drawers. Because I never use red, so I feel like it's one of the ones I never...
That's the only one in here.
That's the one below it. That's what I'm looking at. So I see some red caps in there.
Oh, Nick. This is not organized.
Okay, you don't have to do this.
This is not organized. I need to paint these crew.
I'm gonna paint these crew.
No, there's no more tones in here anyway.
No more
Unless
tones.
Unless you change the caps off.
No, I try to be good with the caps. The caps are life.
Yeah. That paint drawer. And Nick has 3 separate paint drawers and they're all a mess. One of them should be the wash drawer, but it's not.
It is the wash drawer. Who's texting me? Someone's calling me.
Somebody who's probably not John. No, it's Cody. Looking at the rulebook right now, Nick wouldn't let me shoot at my mortifier. My mortifier's at his Repentia because of that.
That's because I believe it adamantly. I do think you're incorrect here. I just don't have the place to prove it while I'm painting Poxwalkers.
There are a bunch of rulebooks in this room, but they all happen to be for earlier editions.
Yeah, John has like a collection of ancient rulebooks.
But not the ninth.
But no 9th editions to be found.
Nick and reading the rules name a more iconic duo. You're not wrong. You're not wrong there.
Who said that?
Somebody who knows what's up.
No.
How would you kit out your wolf guards in Space Wolves, Nick? Lightning Claws, hammers?
Lightning Claws, Storm Shield, one dude with a hammer. Because that hammer rolls so many 6s, and every 6 is broken.
Until you don't roll the 6s.
Until you don't roll the 6s. I would also accept a power for this, but in the world of everyone being -1 damage, no, hammers. Hammers, hammer time. Hammer time. Right, Siegs?
I don't disagree there.
Hammer
2
time.
damage is not great.
2 damage is not what it used to be. It used to be all about 2 damage. Just let me spam 2 damage. Now it's like, nah, everyone's got a Serpent Shield. It used to be everyone has a Storm Shield, now everyone has a Serpent Shield. What's all these shields? Harlequins don't have anything.
I have 4 pinhole. And they have some really silly defensive stuff. Minus 6-inch range.
That's like it's either oppressive or it does not matter.
Yeah.
It's so polarizing. But when it's oppressive, oh, it feels so good. Plasma scepters, oh yeah, I'm just not gonna get hit by those.
-1 to wound in Nora is amazing too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm trying to say Harlequins don't have defensive stuff.
I like Harlequins a lot, actually.
You haven't played them in a while.
I want to get back on the Harlequin train. Maybe I'll do that. I have so many armies: Space Wolves, Harlequins, Monsters, and Dark Eldar is amidst us. I need to get on the schedule more next week.
Death Watch?
Death Watch. My army is not even here yet. Where is my army? We ordered that.
It's coming.
It's coming. Lord Fire coming. What about this? This is a wash brush. Holy moly! John was holding out on me.
Do you feel like Xandric is worth taking just for the Vect? No. He's the equivalent of 9 Scarabs.
That's a resounding no.
He just stands around and does nothing besides that.
I completely agree personally.
Yeah.
That's just cool.
I tried him out. To be fair, I tried him out. I put him on the table and he wasted a lot of points for me.
What did you vet in that game?
John's fight twice to try and get mortals off on the big 20-man unit.
Yeah.
Because he didn't.
Right.
He didn't do it the first time.
Right.
He killed one warrior with a Demon Karen, and then he was like, fight twice. I'm gonna try and get these mortals off. It's like, nope.
Yeah. He wanted to get that mortals. He wanted that feel of pain.
Yeah.
And then Steve was like, you know what? I'm gonna not kill this thing anyway.
No, the Nightbringer did kill it.
You killed the team cannon?
He killed both of them.
Oh,
And
he
the
wants feel
Stormlord-
of pain. That's
Yeah. Both for the rest of the army. I wanted to whittle one down.
True.
The other one already had the feeling of pain up, so I didn't want both with it.
Yeah. No, I remember that. I thought that was a good move in the moment. Sometimes you just gotta back the obvious stuff. But I always like the clever Vex, the CP rerolls. I'm a big fan of screwing your plans. Oh, you thought you were gonna rely on that happening.
So it would have been really helpful for you in that Las Vegas Open final when John was using a CP reroll on the one custodian guard the entire game. Keep him alive.
Yeah, I should have vected one of those. It's just, I feel so bad vecting just a 3-up invul when I can just try again later.
That guy was a massive...
That guy
person.
literally won John the game.
Yep.
So, definitely a mistake, Sometimes I try to get too clever for my own good, don't get me wrong. White scars.
What's your take on Old Gilman versus Calgar Lieutenant? Old Gilman is by far better.
Yeah, that's not
even...
I don't know what this Calgar Lieutenant trying to be cheap thing is about,
It's not cheap enough for what Gilman brings. Gilman is automatic if you're playing Ultramarine.
And then you get to take chaplains and librarians as your HQs. Space Marines don't love pouring points into HQs, but Gilman, chaplain, librarians, quite the combo wombo. You don't even need to do all that, but you could. Whereas chaplain, librarian, lieutenant, captain, that feels so much worse.
That's way too many points in characters.
Yeah.
You start really running low and stuff.
Yeah, it used to be a very character heavy game. It used to be that'd be a fine amount of character sake, but not anymore.
Not with the new character rule. Do you think that for Astra Militarum, the Death Corps riders can do better job at countercharge and blocking than Bulgrin? Yes, 100%. Bulgrin are just bad. They're overcost and they don't do a lot of damage.
You tell them, Siegs.
I would rather run the horses and just try and screen for as long as possible.
Preach to that choir. Truth.
No, Bulgrin are awful. I don't understand how they...
They just didn't age well. They're
but
all the other.
It's the same thing like Tau. Just drop their points significantly. Let's get some 5-8 point decreases here. Let's get crazy.
It's crazy.
Let's not leave them at the same points cost.
That's what you gotta do, though. Keep the Bulgrim meta in check. You don't want a Bulgrim come back. Bulgrim on LVO, they're done. Bulgrim were never meant to win LVO. That was an oversight. Games Workshop had a plan. Space Marines.
Like Fate Weaver?
Fate Weaver, yeah.
He's never supposed to win anything.
He's coming back. He's coming back hard.
He's gone.
He's coming back.
I don't think the Harlequin models want Nick to get their hands on.
Who's trying to say shade over there?
Hey, that's
I will wash them.
That's Dead Soul. He's been out for a long time.
Oh yeah, well Dead Soul needs to step it before he wrecks it.
What do I think about your Necron list with Custom Dynasty, Chronomancers, Scarabs, Crypto Thralls, Mephrit? I just don't like Mephrit at all.
Tell him how you really feel, Siegs.
I just feel like that doesn't do it as much as you think.
But what about the double mortals on
Double mortals?
Double mortals on your death marks. I heard something about
Well, it's
that.
max 3 for the strat. Yes. If that strat was unlimited, 100%, there would be a lot more play to effort. But their specific one is limited to max 3 mortals.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see.
No. Whereas Novak's strat is +1 attack on your whole unit.
These Poxwalkers have holsters. How do they have holsters?
I don't know. The problem with Necron shooting is their best shooting is very close range, which means you're getting into melee. I'd rather be better in melee than slightly better in shooting against only certain armies that care about AP3 or higher.
These are easy to build Poxwalkers that I built 2 days ago, and they have holsters for weapons that they don't have.
You gotta have holsters are about style, Nick.
Holsters are about. What does a Poxwalker care about style?
Why wouldn't they care about style? I mean, look at you. You're caring about style right now. You got the light blue shorts on.
Dude, I'm going places in my life. This Poxwalker's not going in. He's moving 4 inches a turn. Gonna get shot.
What are your thoughts on the TCC unique FAQ?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
What is TCC?
Circuit Championship?
No, I don't think so.
The cat.
Texas. What is
Texas
the
Clutch City.
Okay.
GT I'm going to.
Yeah, you should know that acronym.
I'm not hip to the lingo these kids use these days.
Not hip to the lingo. Not hip to the reading either.
The FAQ was pretty lackluster. I didn't care. I didn't see anything that was like, oh, what a controversial rule. It was everything I expected. I wish they were less wordy with the Death Guard and Custodies question because I had to get John to help me analyze it. Like, the question is just, do Death Guard get affected by Tanglefoot? Yes or no? Very simple. And then they answered it with basically quoting the rulebook FAQ, which I still don't really understand. So I think the answer is no. I'm really just going to ask the TO when I get there, like tomorrow or Friday. What day is it? It's Wednesday, so Friday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I'm painting Poxwalkers 2 days before a turn. I'm ahead of schedule. This is totally like Thursday at midnight work right here. I'm getting ahead.
Seems like you accidentally skipped my question.
Oh, Siegs.
What's your take on which Catan powers to pick, and what do you feel needs to change for the Deceiver to be viable? It needs to be cheaper, or do something better than... The thing is, the Catan build doesn't want to put things back into reserve. It doesn't really need that. By and large, Necrons are a board control army. They want to emphasize that board control as early as possible. That means not having a lot of stuff in reserve. So I think it's just counter to the Necron playstyle overall, his ability. It's a good ability in other armies, like for sure. That'd be amazing in armies that want to redeploy and use advantage of their speed. Like imagine Admech. Oh, I'm going second, not a lot of terrain. Well, I'm going to just put these back into strategic reserve. Can't shoot them away, and then they'll come down turn 2 and blow you away. That would be great synergy. Necrons don't really have that. So I don't think the Deceiver special rule is enough based on how they play, how the codex is written. But for the powers, I think obviously Skyfall starts with the best power because it ignores line of sight. Now, against armies that have MSU, I actually like Thunderbolt, like against Archangels, for instance. Outside the Terminator brick, there's just like small company squads and just single characters and 3 multi-melta attack bikes in multiple squads. You're not really getting a ton of value out of Sky Falling Stars in that case. So I actually prefer Thunderbolt. I think that's the second best one.
What does Thunderbolt do?
It's on a 2 of you do D3 mortals, and then every unit within 3 takes a mortal on a 4-up. So it can. So you pop the Voltaic Staff as well. Now everything's taking a potential bunch of mortals. So, oops, they have their Apothecary who doesn't have Vox of Spiritum, so it's a 3-inch aura. He's in range, Nick, and he's about to take a ton of mortal wounds, and I'm going to kill him.
He's in range.
Yep, that Apothecary's gone.
He's gone?
Get him off the table.
Where'd he go?
So I think Thunderbolt is actually the second best power, then Cosmic Fire. The 6s for every unit in the every modeling enemy unit is also pretty decent. I think Seismic Assault is what it's called. That's against like major horde armies.
Yeah, that one's good against the hordes.
Yep. So they got some utility there. Most of the powers are pretty decent, but Sky is the best because it ignores line of sight. That's just really...
Yeah, it means you can't hide from it.
Yeah.
It's just you're getting
It just doesn't work against every unit because it's wants to be used against larger
scares
units.
the crap out of my Death Guard. Oh my god.
Ooh, your Tornadoes are behind the wall. It'd be a shame if they took 3d3 mortals.
Honestly, I want to play that game, but I guess we're not going to have time.
Well, see if anybody's playing Triple Catan at the event in the
Yeah,
list, and if they
that's-
are, I'll help you practice for it.
Cool. Sounds good.
Otherwise,
Yeah, otherwise who cares?
yeah.
And I can worry about that later.
We can always do that in the War game.
Yeah.
So hopefully that answers your question. Nick, are you working on those Sky Claws yet?
I'm working on these Poxwalkers. I'm not sure if that's evident or not, but that's what's happening. The Sky Claws will be sourced though. I got my best man on it.
We're using the term working on very loosely here.
And also best man.
We've got a $5 super chat from Clown Mode. Thank you so much, Clown Mode. Nick, what is Richard's strongest quality as a player? And Richard, what is Nick's strongest quality? What about John Lennon?
Ooh, what great questions. Okay, I think John, his strongest quality is that he does all of the freaking homework. He researches everything. He knows every obscure rule. He's thought about every situation. He eats, sleeps, and breathes this game. He definitely thinks about the most. And I think C's best quality is that he doesn't get distracted during the game. He doesn't fall. He doesn't deviate from the plan. He's done his homework. He's got his plan, and it will be executed. And there's no, opportunistically I could go capitalize upon this. I will chase the carrot all day long. Seeds don't do that. Seeds, your turn.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty accurate. I prefer the very consistent plays. I think Nick's strongest ability is in his list building skills. And Nick is able to take a really powerful book like Iron Hands and come up with an even better build than the standard. Everybody comes up with Iron Hands are broken when they came out with that supplement, and everybody's just running all sorts of dreadnoughts, the flyer builds, and then Nick came up with an all-comers list that was also better into the other mirror matchup. I think Nick can take a really powerful book and find the best build out of it.
Thank you. What about John? It's got to be different from mine.
Yeah. I think John he's a precision movement player as well.
Yeah.
Whereas my precision movement comes with me connecting synergies and strategies, overall how my army works. John is more about the little tricks with pile-ins, consolidates, the little moves. He makes the most out of those.
Yeah, definitely.
So hopefully that answers your question. That's a great question.
That's a great question.
Team events warp people's idea of what is competitive. That's, you're not wrong there.
Absolutely. Things that are competitive in team events are not competitive in singles events, and vice versa. Triple Catan is an amazing team army, and I mean one of the best. But it does have problems in a singles environment. Not to say it's bad or anything, but
you have to build more towards helping him, which is what we did the Necrons clinic yesterday talking about Triple Catan. And I've got a build I want to try out that I think is more all-comers than the ones we're seeing in these team events.
Awesome, yeah. So that's exactly that, though, what you just said. In team events, you don't have to try to be an all-comer. You can just say, I'm going to accept my problems, ignore them, and then go obliterate what I'm good at. I can accentuate that. In my singles list for GSC in 2019, had 2 units of Aberrants, a whole bunch of Mighty Laser Neophytes. It was a very balanced thing because I had to acknowledge Planes were a unit. But then my ETC list, after conferring with my team, turned into 30 Aberrants and no guns because I was just meant to hit people with stop signs.
Yep. We got a $5 super chat from Lyle Dixon. Thank you so much, Lyle. Nick, how many times have you stayed up at night thinking that it's been over a year since you won a major tournament because you were so nice to Siegs?
I don't dwell on the past like that because I love Siegs, and when Siegs wins, I wins. What a great answer. Such a diplomat.
Nick had other opportunities. SoCal was there for the taking.
SoCal was. I should have taken Tau seriously before SoCal. I didn't know. Siegs was hiding in Florida. Brian dodged me at LGT. I dodged Brian. He would have ripped my Genius Dinner Cult apart. But I lost London anyway, so you should have ripped me apart there so I could have won SoCal because no one else was stopping me. Stupid Dawn of War.
Are you so glad that Pointy Dawn of War doesn't exist?
Pointy Dawn of War, no terrain. Thanks, Reese. Thanks, bud. Balanced terrain. And I was supposed to play on the stream table that round, but I had already done it, so they were like, no, we'll just move you to a different one. And that was the one I just happened to get moved to. I'm sure it wasn't malicious, but I also don't think there was thought put into the consequences.
Oh, that wasn't the ideal terrain.
No.
What is the army you won your first tournament with?
I don't remember.
Tau. For me, it was
Probably.
Tau.
I'm gonna guess Tyranids. Like I didn't play anything at all. I played Tau before Tyranids, and I was terrible at Tau. So I was always terrible at Tau my whole life.
But you love Tau.
No,
You did.
I don't. I was a different person when I was 10 years old. That's what 10-year-olds are.
Yeah, my first wins were with Tau, of course. Pretty much almost all of them until Leviathan.
Look at these Poxwalkers. They're coming to life right before your eyes. They're getting animated.
They are getting shaded. I'm putting base coats on here. Nick is just shading away. Nick has gone beyond winning, transcended Nick Tan.
This is one
Nemesis Nick.
Did I lose that game with Necrons to Mark? Do you remember? It was really close.
Yeah, you lost by a point.
Damn it. Nemesis Nick is on one wound. He's got to come back. He's getting closer, though.
He got much closer. And there was nowhere he could go but up. After the Grey Knights had their way with him.
That was just abusive.
That was just like, wow, okay.
No one believes me on these stupid.
But we didn't think it was going to be that bad. Like I thought it was going to be pretty reasonable because he'd shut me down.
You're just like John. John convinces everyone like this isn't a bad match for me. Let me table you real quick.
This match is awful. I'm going to really struggle. Oh, you just got tabled.
This is really not looking good for me, except for the fact that I have models left and you don't. Never changed, John.
Was SoCal after Atlanta? The fusion was in Atlanta, right?
The fusion was in Atlanta, and SoCal was before that.
What's funnier is that entire move was just we were wasting time because it didn't actually.
Yeah.
Like when we counted the score at 50.
Like later after that, we figured out like that didn't matter, but at the time we thought it mattered.
We thought it was like the most important thing.
Yeah.
It's like, jeez. You think that's the thing about playing stream games, though, and it happens. It's true on our stream games too. Is there's so many other things going on that it's harder to focus on the little nitty gritty things.
Yeah.
Because it's a production. You're part of a production, even if you're just a player.
So I need more washes. Otherwise, my Poxwalkers are starting to look the same. You know, I want them to all be different. Whatever.
That's why you want the red wash.
That's why I want the red wash. I could do like red wash can quickly turn to pink wash. Pink is a color for Poxwalkers. You see what I'm saying?
It's definitely not a color for horrors, though.
It's not a color for horrors.
You gotta get the teal horrors. And you chide me for the colors my armies are painted. The tide, the teal horrors.
The teal horrors.
We don't have pink armies, but we can't possibly. We have a bunch of teal armies.
Teal
They gotta
is,
be teal.
I know how to paint teal with washes very well. Pink, I have to learn how to paint with washes.
Nick, are you still haunted by shield drones?
I'm always haunted by shield drones. Dude, I have nightmares about shield drones in the town art. Before, I had John change the image on the green screen to this stupid crude thing. Because before this, it was a stupid town art. I can't have the town art on my paint streams. Don't you dare. I'm going to put Fate Weaver. No.
Oh, there he is. Oh, the legend himself. It is
Boy, that's
the supremacy armor.
That's a crew.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It's still a crew.
The crude are cool though. That's a Crutox rider, Nick.
I know it's a crew Tox Rider.
An agile
Crew are my
rider.
favorite. Let's try purple and brown mixed together. Let's see what this does. Ooh, this is kind of gross looking.
There it is, Nick.
Oh my god. Oh, can we evict this or something? I am not okay with this.
This is one of the advantages of being the tech guy. You get to Nick doesn't know how to do the images
No.
for the green screen. So they're just gonna be Tau images.
No.
Get the Farsight ones.
I'm sure I could learn. This is probably just
You could
gonna
absolutely learn, but
go-
it just takes effort.
It takes effort.
Takes a little bit of effort, and that's a lot.
That's a lot to ask.
I think mine was missed. What is your answer to long-range artillery? Run the Silent King most of the time, 60 warriors, 30 Chronos, some scarabs. Seems like Plaguewish Scholars, Manticores are a real pain. I just flood the board. Get on all the objectives. If they're running the Manticores, like yeah, they can shoot at the Silent King. Just try and get as much damage out of him as possible. You don't need the extra efficiency against a guard, because you just beat them in melee, even without the Silent King. What you need to do is you try and put him in a position where when he's about to die, he's going to explode in the guard army.
Yeah.
You could also just reserve him. You have the CP to spend on it. You could just put him out and in reserve and just wait it out. Depends on what guard army. If they have lots of little 5-man units and tons of move guardsmen, they will block you out. But against like a tank heavy version, if the terrain isn't good, you could just reserve him.
What kind of guard armies don't run infantry? I guess some don't.
I've seen
them, yeah. But infantry are just so useful these days. Like
but they could be running like 30-40. You'll kill 30-40 because they need to be playing the mission. If they're screening the Silent King, then they're in your backfield. They're not contesting the objectives. But
that's true.
You know, I'm talking like if they have 8 units or 10.
Yeah,
something crazy, then you're not going to risk it.
Yeah. But like the token 30.
Yeah, that needs to help play the mission.
That feels.
The other thing is, you watch the game I played against John's Admech, where he whittled down one of the units, and then I activated the Res Orb, and then activated the Ghost Arc ability, and got back almost the entire unit. Now I was right in the middle of his lines, and made charge moves and started wrapping stuff. So, that's a very powerful way to get around that. You got to use randomation as speed.
Look what you've done with your crew. You pace coded like 10 crew green.
This is 20 crew.
Nearly finished 30 poxwalkers.
Okay, I can't wash on top of black.
You could have tried brown, beige.
I could have, but I didn't have a good primer for it.
Oh, you could have asked.
I didn't want to use the Mark Perry specials over there.
The Mark Perry specials are great.
the 69-cent cans.
Let's get the hookup.
We got Clown Mode with another super chat, $2. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm lazy. Can guard fall back and shoot? They do have an order that they can fall back and shoot with, right?
Yes. Well,
John.
No. Maybe.
Yes, John used it against you when you were playing Tyranids, and John didn't tell you, and then gleefully told you he was shooting.
That's right. Yeah. That's what happened.
Gotcha.
It was very gleeful.
Gotcha. Here come all. Nick tries to tie up like 3 guardsman squads with the Horn squad. Then John's like, I issue orders to all of them. And doesn't say what the order is at that time.
Yeah.
They just fall back and he's like, all right, so I'm going to start shooting over here. He's like, I tagged those guys who fell back. That's the order.
Oh.
Guard have that order? Yeah, they do.
Oh. Great.
Usually it's not worth. Usually the guard are just dead.
And also, like, you don't care about the Lazians.
Yeah.
But,
Against Tyranids, you do.
Yeah. Especially that tiered list.
Was wondering about the Kroot. I'm using them in the Tau list I'm playing against Nick and on YouTube tomorrow. And they have a 7-inch pre-game move and they move 7. So what they're helpful for is in the missions where you hold an objective in your command phase and you keep getting to hold it. Those 2 missions, it's really helpful to have something that can pre-game.
See, I'm missing a cap.
It's all 4.
Almost certainly.
It's definitely on the floor.
I think it's a white one.
It's right over there.
Oh.
Look, how do I even do it? How am I that good?
He's a ninja.
So, the Kroot, aside from that, they're just a bunch of bodies that you don't really want to shoot at. And if you do, you're not shooting at my breachers, which they're trying to take OBSEC. They're still OBSEC, but they're trying to take pressure off my breachers.
For sure.
And if you don't kill the Kroot, they actually can just wrap things because it's a big old fast unit. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Nick's going to see the Kroot, he's going to get scared, and they're going to start wrapping everything.
Yeah.
And somehow the Bloody Rose Sisters won't kill them.
Bloody Rose Sisters won't kill anything. Zeke's going to be fine. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Like, I have not. I don't know what your list is. This is Tau stuff.
It's just Tau stuff.
It's just Tau stuff. I can't really charge you, though, because, like, Tau, Repentia.
Yeah. Yeah.
What am I going to do? Have Repentia grossly overkill 2 drones on unit of Fire Warriors?
Yep.
Awesome.
They're going to be trading down.
That's like, what is happening here?
Or let alone your 180 point unit while we stand.
I should have brought the heavy bolters.
What you'll probably do is while we stand and just leave the Zephyr back because
I'm taking grind them down. Who are you kidding? When are you going to stop me?
If you just sit in the back, you won't kill a whole lot. You'll eventually kill it. You
I'm
have to like do
tabling.
it in tabling me.
I'm
All right.
tabling.
Make it happen.
I'm gonna. Alright, I need one more paint. There's like a dark brown, I think it's oak brown or something for the bases. I'll need that.
Oak brown.
Yeah, brown oak. No, it's darker than that. It's like a dark brown.
There's black.
Like a dark chocolate. Must. I'll take that bronze though.
Greedy gold.
Oh, greedy gold. If you see like a bronze, I need that too.
Weapon bronze.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't see any dark browns.
I can take a look. Oh, right there maybe?
This one?
No, not that one.
Leather. Here, no. What is that? Monster brown?
No, it's good. It's like a dark brown. I'll take it though, but it's like a dark brown I'm talking about.
Oak brown.
Oak brown!
Found it.
Found it. See, never lets me down.
I'm new to 40k. What's wrong with Craftworld Elder at the moment? Well, welcome to the 40k community. Nick, how do you feel about Craftworld Elder? Sean Naden is running the
He
next
is, he
Craftworld
is.
Elder.
Not too much. Like they're not unplayable or anything competitively. The thing with Craftworld is that they have a lot of units that are really overcosted and a few units that are really, really good. And you take the few units that you have that are really, really good, and then you're like, oh man, the rest of my units suck, so I don't know how to finish it. So they really are going to benefit a lot from this Dark Elder Codex. Or if you want to stick with mono Craftworlds, you can. Just like you're not going to have quite the efficiency of these newer books until you get your newer book. But it's a good army as far as like.
What are the good units?
Striding Spears are great, Dark Reapers are solid, Solo Warwalkers I like a lot, Solo Vipers, Jet Bikes. We're going to be playing the Seer Council, which I have not tried in 9, so that maybe I'm sleeping on that. We're trying that next week. So stick to that. Dire Avengers, they're a great troop choice. Really big fan of Dire Avengers.
Warp Spiders?
Vibro Cannons aren't bad. Warp Spiders are good for objectives, yeah. Race Seers, too.
Nick is just happy he's not facing the Crutox Riders. I'm waiting for the 3 to come in from
I'm
Warpfire.
bummed I'm not facing the Crutox Riders.
Crutox Riders would have been just agile, brooding.
They're like giraffes. They're so cool. I'm genuinely sad. Siegs always does this. He tells me about these super awesome town armies, and then last minute it's gonna be triple Riptide.
I have not played Triple Riptide a single time in 9.
Town arc. This is all just a ruse to get the sisters to die on the town arc.
The sisters direct the town, right?
No, you want the 9 damage multi-melts to the face.
It only has a 500 roll now, and has no other defense.
Drone roll.
Yeah, it's bad.
Can I not use drones?
No, it became a vehicle, remember? It lost
it's
the battle.
vehicle,
Yeah.
that's right. I don't know what happens to Tau. That's like a part of the world I don't pay attention to.
But no, it's totally pointless against top-level armies.
Ah, that's good. That's good. Where it should be. I just remembered I have a clinic after this too. It's a busy day.
There's so many crude on this table. Is the Ardwar site bugged? Can't access it?
It's better not be bugged.
Let's find out. And it's loading. It just loaded for us. So we are using Chrome? No, Internet Explorer, Nick? What?
That's what I use.
This is old school.
That's not what I use for you. But that is somehow what we're using.
Internet Explorer? Who did that?
That's even I know better.
Let's see. More crude hype.
Group hype, group hype.
Shakes, can you put up a background image of Nick's face yesterday?
I went back and rewatched it. That was quite the moment. As I was like reading it and the light bulb was going off in my head as to what was happening. Am I playing White Cars now?
That was amazing. That was very well planned.
You guys did a great job with that. Much to my dismay.
We were worried about printing it out because then you might see it.
Printing what out?
what Lyle wanted us to say.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I had you
The
just.
film was good. I had no idea what was going on. I shouldn't encourage you to do this more.
It's all Lyle.
Wow. It was very poetic, though. You know, like that was the white scars, the monsters, the chaos. It was very well done. And I got the vengeance. You know what we messed up, which I saw in the YouTube comments today when I was going through? The Poxbringer didn't take 4 of his Feel of Pains because my Blade Guard were 3 damage, not 2.
So you kept forgetting that.
I just kept forgetting they got +1 damage. Everything else got it, but not the Blade Guard.
That's how broken Nick thinks their Blade Guard is. They don't need the extra damage. Broken.
Blade Guard are broken.
Nick, if you guys are going to Texas for a GT, can I convince you to come to Detroit for a GT in late April? He will open a tab.
Potentially. I mean, like, I'm always open to discussions, but it's hard to travel to all the tournaments. You know, everyone, especially back when Corona wasn't having, and I guess what will soon just start to happen as the vaccine rolls out. You know, there's GTs every week. I can't go to all of them. So, hopefully we try. All right. Mr. Tallyman. Tally me bananas.
Where's the tally, man?
Right here. This guy, he's going to tally every friggin' banana.
You're putting a lot of pressure on him.
No. I'm going to paint a banana onto his scroll.
Let's not get crazy now.
I can handle it.
Can you? Welcome to Trey Dudley as a new Armor member. Thank you so much. Gaining those sweet sub badges, emotes, and rewatching those Hangout and Hobby sessions. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate your support.
Definitely. Thank you.
I still got my Internet Explorer. Some things you just can't let go.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm surprised you still have it downloaded. But this is an old computer, to be fair.
It's like 3 years old. It's not that old. I got it when I started the Brown Magic. That's what this
It
computer
feels
is.
a lot older.
It's been through the Brown Magic and then Knights, and now we're here in Florida. It's been through the wars. This thing put up with 2 blogs a week, 2 blog posts a week. I streamed from this thing. Like, this was the stream PC. Like, this thing has been through wars. Hey, your laptop. I love you.
I really want a Crude supplement. That would be amazing. There should be a whole auxiliary supplement. Get them into any list you want.
They can. You could take Derek in any army. Cypher. Summon Derek.
Cypher.
Summon Derek.
Derek is 40 points now for some reason.
Dude, because he killed 6 Ludas. Oh, you didn't hear that story.
You've told it many times.
I gotta retell it. No. I told it at the beginning of the paint stream. You can rewind.
Derek came out great, though. I like it. Nick, you're in Florida and you're less brown than ever. Explain.
I need to go outside. Yeah, I know you're right. This COVID has got me stir crazy. I need to go outside. I'm going nuts out here. Who said that?
James Carmona.
James Carmona, my man, out of nowhere. Hope you're doing well, James. Oh, he's coming, Mr. Siegs.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. Should have tried the wash method.
Well, you don't wash on black.
You wash black.
Once I get the base coats on there, then I'll put the wash on.
Start with the wash. After you're done with
These
the
are
wash,
crude, not poxwalkers.
you put another wash on. I'm such a great Nerval player. They're like made for my lazy style of painting. But this is the army painter method. You know, they taught me this, and they were like, Nick, this is perfect for you. You don't really feel you have a ton to paint. You got to paint it quick, and you want it to look okay, decent, tabletop. Army painter method. Boom, boom, boom. Look at these poxwalkers in minutes. It's been like what, an hour? Hour into the paint stream? Not, I don't know how much time is it?
Yeah.
An hour into the paint stream. I can't see that far. I lost my glasses. Have you seen my glasses?
No, I haven't. They're probably on the floor of your bedroom.
Yeah, that's right lately. Siegs always thinks, whenever I can't find these, like they're on the floor.
And I have been right many times.
But not every times.
Almost every time.
Some of the times.
What about your chocolate?
What about my chocolate? That was Mark. Well, maybe it was John.
Mark left it under your bed.
No, the one chocolate bar fair and square. That was me. But that was what I'm saying. It was one wrapper. Where were the other 5? It was a Mark amount of chocolate.
What do you do for fun besides Warhammers?
A lot of things, or we try to. I try to go outside, see friends as best I can with COVID stuff, though. I like to travel. Again, COVID not killing me. What do I do? I forgot what I do. It's been so
Star
long.
Realms.
Star Realms. No, Star Realms is what I do while I'm taking a number 2. What do you do, Six?
I also like playing some other video games, StarCraft, Warhammer Total War. I like reading sci-fi. I like watching various TV and movies. So I like film. I also like playing soccer.
I played tennis back when I could go outside. I need to go outside more. This is terrible. You're right, Internet. You're absolutely right. This has been an eye-opening experience. These Poxwalkers are looking tight for absolutely no effort. Orange Painter, you never let me down.
Nick avoids engaging in any kind of pop culture.
Yeah, pop culture is not my forte. I'm not anti-pop culture. I just truly don't care about it. I like it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if a movie,
Suits. You
if
forgot
there's
to
a
talk about
movie's
Suits.
good, I've been watching a lot of Suits. But that's again not going outside. Part of the problem. You know what I should do? I should set up a little workout bench on our little patio. I was thinking about this the other day. Because then I might actually work out. Because I like being outside.
Alright, we could try it out.
Yeah,
Test it out.
test it out. I have weights. I just need a bench.
Finally pulled the trick and got the Silent King. All my lists having him seem to center around 2x20 warriors, 1x10 Lich Guard. Any other good synergies you'd rate to do something different? That's the best core. And you're probably going to want to add a Lord, whether it's a Command Barge or a regular Lord with a Res Orb, so you can help bring them back. Ghost Arc is a great tech piece. Scarabs to help soak mortal wounds. Doesn't have to be the big 9-man units, but you're going to want, either a couple 3-mans, 2 5-mans I've run before. Just enough to soak mortal wounds those first 2 turns while the warriors get in position. You're also going to want Chronomancers for that 5-up invuln and reroll charges. So those are the things I would look at adding first.
Chrono.
When are you coming over to Iceland, Nick?
I've been to Iceland. I had a layover in Iceland, but it was a day-long layover. We got a hotel. I saw, we climbed a mountain. I went in the hot spring thing. That was pretty cool. I didn't eat shark, but apparently that's just like a food you guys have there. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm allergic to it. Some seafoods I can't have. It was a fun trip. We went to a Viking museum. I learned about stuff. There's a picture of me in like full plate chainmail. I look like a fool. That's cool. It's a good trip.
Was that for WTC?
Well,
Or
it was, yeah, the layover was part of that trip. Yeah. We went from Iceland, we went to Sweden, and from Sweden we went to Serbia, I think. I don't remember. All the years blend together now. No, this was the first year we won. What country were we when we went to Spain? I think we won in Spain. I've been to ETC like 8 times or something, so the years do start to blend together.
Wow, just found out Games Workshop hired a bunch of YouTube Warhammer animators. That is great news. Times have changed so much.
That is super cool.
Reach out for quality.
I'm really happy with the direction Games Workshop has taken in the past couple of years.
Yeah, really engaging the community, trying to expand. And I'm really excited for the Eisenhorn TV show. Hopefully that's meets my expectations.
Meets your expectations. What's it going to be on? Do you know?
I just said it, the Eisenhorn show.
No, I mean like Netflix, Prime.
No, I don't think they've announced that yet.
Oh.
It'd be great if it was on Amazon.
I'm sure you could find it on anything if you try hard enough.
Yeah. But what's picking it up? I'm not sure. I don't know if they've announced it that far. Are you excited about Be'lakor?
I am. His model is sweet. That's fire. Like I am pumped for the Be'lakor. You know, Siegs, what do you think about him? Do you care? You care about the bells?
No, I don't really care.
You don't care about the Be'lakor.
Would love to see non-chaos things.
Oh my God! Says
Chaos have been getting
Your
amazing
Admech are
love.
getting like in another book in 5 minutes. It's like their 5th one this year, and you're like, okay, Tyranids, poor Tyranids.
I didn't say I don't want to see Tyranid.
I
I
know,
want to see
but
Tau and Tyranids good stuff too.
I don't deserve anything.
But Chaos, absolutely not. They've been getting new lines on Age of Sigmar for the last 2 years.
Yeah, but then think about Space Marines. You know, someone's got to fight them. They get a new line every 3
Tau.
weeks.
But Tau fights.
Tau
Space
can't
Marines
fight Space Marines.
again. They could for a while.
That's true. But they can't anymore. That's fine. It's for the greater good. Just trust it. These Poxwalkers are starting to wear me down.
Look at all these crew. Still got look at all. I have half a tray left.
Oh my God! Why did you do this to yourself?
I don't know. This is brutal.
Are you just gonna be painting all day? Is that your plan?
I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
StarCraft, Total War, Warhammer, Sci-Fi. You haven't stepped out of Warhammer at all. I said soccer though.
Yeah, I played tennis for 10 years. I like to go outside and like nature stuff, but I just haven't done a lot. I love swimming, but I also haven't done beaches, partying in general. Big partier, but I haven't done that in way too long. Need to go outside, miss friends. Seeks, I love you, but you do not fulfill my party needs.
Crew party. There's a crew
Well,
party
there's a
going
crew party, but you know, this is a PG party. And I need a PG-13 party. That's all I'm saying.
in Death Guard, if you run 2 Contemptors, should you still run 2 Plaper Scrawlers?
I tried that much firepower, and you really don't have enough ability to push up the table with that much firepower. So I think that's going too far down the rabbit hole, and I'm going to table them with firepower, which isn't. That's not what Death Guard do. Death Guard have to take a token amount of shooting so that they can get stuff done. They are not a gun line. Although it is tempting to fall into the trap.
See, did you see the Crude War Sphere in the video on Warhammer Animators on the Warhammer community? I have not seen it yet, but I will definitely check it out. More Crude is always good.
Crude for the crude party.
Although I prefer Vespids. I think Vespids are even cooler. Being from Chicago, I need to know, how would you rank Adepticon as a tournament amongst the others?
As far as super majors go, I would say Adepticon is the worst as a tournament. You know, Nova and LVO do put on better tournaments. But I think Adepticon is the best for the overall hobby experience. Like, if you're going for the convention, the 40K team tournament there's nothing like it in the world. It is truly like a 40K players convention. So if you're into all of 40K, definitely. If you're just going for competitive, it's still worth going to because it's a 256 person tournament. It's 8 rounds. So you gotta go to Adepticon.
I didn't.
Siegs, you know, scrubbing out over here.
But Nick has also won Adepticon more than anybody, right?
I have. I won Adepticon 4 times. 5 times? 4 times. I think it's 4 times.
It could have been 5. Could have been 5.
Could have been 6, I think. I think I've lost it twice. Might have lost it 3 times. I've definitely won it more times than I've lost it. That's without dispute. I don't know why it's always Adepticon. I think it's because Adepticon has... it's interesting. Adepticon has really strange list formats and like mission formats. They always play weird, obscure missions. They don't follow the grind. Generally. Maybe they will now. The Games Workshop's kind of taking a more proactive role in it. But they always write their own missions, which no one really takes the time to crack. But I typically did take the time to crack. And once you crack a mission set no one else has, it's just like a formula. You just hit the bell, win the game.
Most of those lists were like 180 demons, brimstones sitting on objectives and stuff.
Yeah. Well, not every time. Sometimes I won it with flying monsters one year, which is like 6 models. I won it with Necrons and Paladins one year. I won it with splitting brims for sure. And I won it with Screamers and Plate Drones. So twice I won it with my typical tournament list, and twice I designed a list specifically to win it.
Are you guys coming to LGT? Apparently 500 players.
I would love to. I have gone in the past. It was awesome. I had a little snafu with some chess clock stuff. But aside from that, overall, very good event. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go this year with all the restrictions on travel. And also the time of year. But hopefully, Art of War can make some sort of appearance.
Do you think, with a few codexes of elite armies having been released, that the meta might be primed for some horde armies with all the low-volume, high-damage weapons, like multi-meltas?
What?
Do you think the meta is ripe for horde armies if a new book comes out for them?
Potentially.
Everybody's kind of gearing up towards...
Every new book definitely opens up some possibilities. Right now, I don't think any of the hordes are really, really strong enough to be hordes, though I do think you could go pretty far with like 180 boys or 180 gods, something like that. If you're playing in the world of like super cheap 20-man rack squads, that's an amazing horde, but like that's gonna go away in like 2 weeks. So, one can hope, I should say. Hordes are definitely a great counter to where we are in the meta, which is really tough stuff and multi-meltas, like you said. But right now, there's not a current horde army that's gonna shoulder up and take the mantle. But if they get some new rules, totally.
This guy won Adepticon so many times he forgot how many times exactly.
I mean, that is true. I guess I literally forgot how many times I went to. Is that too many?
You're cut off from Adepticon.
I'm cut off. That's now you know you've been playing for way too long. This is why I moved to Florida. I'm retired, man. It's done. It's done. Go beat that. See, beat it. Win LVO 4 times.
Last year we were doing Adepticon prep before it was canceled.
We were. It's gonna make it a 5-peat. See who's gonna last minute show up a Far Side, make me cry.
They could play the practice games and just like, why is this a thing?
It's like it's a good thing you're not going. See who's gonna go. Then I thought, I was like, I could pick a Far Side. I could just take it. And then I didn't. Because I hate Tau.
What do you think about an unkillable unit parked on your midfield objective? Something like Custodian Guard that may have OBSEC and will kill you off it?
I mean, I think that's what a lot of top tier lists are based on. That's
Death
freaking
Guard,
awesome.
Dark Angels, we all do very similar things.
That's if you could make it OBSEC even better, like that is what top tier lists are made of these days. Look at these Poxwalkers coming to life right before your eyes, Mr. Siegs. What'd you say to that?
There's a purple one right in front of me.
There's a purple one right in front of you.
There, you got some bronze on there?
Yeah, we're gonna get some bronze on these weapons. What time is it? I gotta make sure we're doing good on time.
221.
Perfect. 40 minutes left. The bases are already base coded. Let's get this going. Let's. Where did? Oh, there it is. Okay. And you're sure we don't have red tone?
I did not. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna check because I'm feeling red tone here.
I saw a ton of purple and blue tones.
That's because I keep ordering those. You know what? Hold on. We're getting the big guns.
The big guns? What's the big guns? Is that the set that I got for Warzone Atlanta? If you're picking an army to start for the upcoming onslaught of tournaments the rest of the year, what would it be? I would probably play... It's hard to say because the meta's just going to change and some things are just going to be better, some things worse. Like right now, Tau is not ideal to play. But if they got a codex, they could become top tier.
It's
That's
another army painter
that's mine.
paint set. Oh, do you want me to not?
No,
open
I
this?
don't care.
Okay.
This is what I got for Warzone Atlanta. That's part of the first place prize.
That's awesome.
I just want the brushes in there.
I want the brushes in there.
No, you're not getting the brushes.
Let me get a brush.
No.
You use my brushes all the time.
No, I use none. That's because yours are dry brushes.
I like where it's being. This one might be really a sponsor.
There's only one brush in here? That's insane.
It's the mega paint set. You only need one brush.
Okay. Where's the red tone? Strong tone?
Oh, there's more paints over here. There's an Mexican over here.
Dark tone.
There's no red tokens. I just checked.
Okay.
It only has the basic click.
So then why are you opening it?
Just to open it.
Why? Your drawers are full with paint. Just finish those. Get this out of here. Get this out of here.
Six is hate.
It doesn't have the red wash. He's opening the whole thing. There's like 100 paints in there.
I know. We're gonna use a red one. We're gonna make a red one.
You have the red over here.
Well, get me the
I
red.
would have got you. Come on now.
Well, I assumed there was a red wash.
I got Mars red.
Mars red is fine.
Yeah, pure red.
Let's get some reds in here.
Okay, there you go.
Reds. Do you see what I put up with? Unbelievable.
You could take Poxwalkers without the Bubonic Astartes tax if you put them in a Nurgle detachment. Do you think that's something worth exploring?
I don't think Poxwalker.
A friend has a lot of success with double Catan, Nightbringer, Transcendent with double Sky and Falling Stars. No lands they needed. Thoughts? Definitely good. I tried double. I think if you go the Catan, you just go triple, and you really are all about the Mortal Wounds. Get the Voltaic Staff in there. I don't think 2 does enough.
I think double makes sense if you really want more stuff. Otherwise, yeah, triples just go all in. Stuff's important.
But if you're building it is important. But if you're building a Mortal list, I think you really just need to get as many Mortals as possible. And then there are some armies that just can't handle 3 Catan.
No, I don't even know if my death card can. Very worrisome. Let me, Tony Sedino play Necrons. Where's my phone at? Let me see if he's busting out Catans.
What
He's
happened to our camera?
Can't bother with Sedino's list.
All right, here you go.
Yeah.
Well, we get to see the town in the meanwhile, so that's at least good.
What do you mean that's at least good? There's nothing good about the tower.
So I don't know why the camera's not appearing, but it's not an option anymore.
Okay.
Could have been that Discord. Did somebody try and call you on Discord?
Possible?
Could be that Discord tried to take the camera.
I don't know.
Have you guys tried Necron Tesseract Arcs? No, I don't have any, and frankly, I don't think they're that good.
So is it just gone?
For now,
We can't do anything about that?
no.
Oh, so I'm just gonna listen to us while we look at the tower? That's disappointing.
I am gonna try and get it back though. There we go. I got it. All right, so that's back.
Cool.
The reason I haven't is it's a Forge World unit. It's very expensive to get, and I don't think they're good enough right now. I think against the hard matchups, what you want is actually Mortal Wounds, not inconsistent damage. D6 shots you have to hit, often without rerolls. Then you have to wound, then it's D6 damage. That's just too inconsistent at the top level. So that's why I don't think they're personally that good. If they were cheaper, sure. If they were like 150, 160 points. If they were like that Volkite Dread Necrons, that kind of cost, I think they'd actually be very strong, but 200 points, they're very pricey.
For what? Tesseract Arcs?
Tesseract Arcs. Put an embarrassing picture of Nick up in the meanwhile.
There's no such thing.
No such thing, he says. What about when you've tried to boil tea?
Ooh, we don't talk about that. That's low blow Siegs.
All right, I got everything back up. Which 2 Catan do you pick in a triple Catan list? Seems like Void Dragon isn't really worth it. You do Nightbringer and 2 Transcendents.
The
But
Deceiver?
in 2 of them, no, you don't do the Deceiver. If you were running 2, I'd do Nightbringer 1 Transcendent. The Nightbringer is actually just that good because you don't have to spend command points on him, and he kills things in combat, unlike the Transcendents, which are a lot more swingy. Strain 6 is not really where you want to be.
No. Straight 6 kind of blows.
Yeah.
Would you ever consider rolling their random things instead of just picking the extra powers?
Because you're going for Mortal Spam, I think you need to pick it and just do Cosmic Tyrant and get the 2 powers.
Yeah.
Because some of them really aren't great.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of them is -2 to charge them. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Don't really need this. If they're charging me, they're on top of me, and -2 probably isn't enough. And the Catan want to get close generally, especially in the late game.
Yeah.
Shocked to see Nick painting again. Is he doing more than green and a wash on the Poxwalkers? He's doing multiple color washes on the Poxwalkers.
Multiple washes. A lot of washes. Poxwalkers.
Think it'd be a little beneficial to add a Thousand Suns Cult of Scheming splash to Death Guard to unlock the Warlord trait to give a Thousand Suns character OBSEC. Park him behind the Terminators or zip him around.
That's not bad. OBSEC, Sorcerer, hanging out Terminators. Now, it's very complicated getting soup with your Death Guard because one of the secondaries I always take with Death Guard is Spread the Sickness. I don't always take it, but more games than not games. So you really have to, you design your list with your secondaries in mind. At least I always recommend people do that. So it's not just simple as lose -1 toughness, gain warp time and OBSEC or whatever other stuff you're getting by souping. It's rethink your army, unfortunately, which is maybe worth doing. I know Mark is exploring soup options with Mortarion right now, but I'm just keeping it simple, which is the same as our internet.
Friend closed up his game shop, gave me 2 Riptides, 2 Ghost Keels, 3 Piranhas, 30 Breachers, 12 Stealth Suits, 2 Broadsides, 2 Commanders, and 5 Crisis. Is there anything I should get besides books? If you're only going to play Tau, you probably will want to expand off of that. If you're not, and you have other armies, because Tau is the hardest army to play right now, and the least powerful, based on win rates. So you're going to be on the struggle bus. It's not impossible to win with Tau. It's just very hard. And you make any sort of mistakes and you're going to be punished even harder than you were in 8th edition. So very high skill cap army. It's going to take a lot of reps and it might be frustrating if you go into games expecting to win every one. So if you temper your expectations and just want to master Tau, I would look at getting... I personally like running tons of Breachers. I'm running 50 to 60 in my current builds. And you run them with the Guardian Drone. The one thing missing here is just drones. So the Guardian Drone, and then pick another drone to follow it around, Marker Drone, a Gun Drone, a Shield Drone. And that Guardian Drone gives the Breachers a 5-up invuln. So in cover, they can have a 3-up, 5-up invuln. They actually put out quite a bit of damage with Farsight Enclaves. And you can add the turret in there too for little tricks. Make charges closer to tie things up, but also to get you onto objectives. In addition to that, the other good stealth suits are quite solid. They're not good in every matchup, but they're good they're good at least as mission playing tools. And crisis suits are great. You want airburst crisis suits, in my opinion.
Airburst crisis suits.
Yep.
Yeah, you want those.
Commanders are the best unit that Tal has access to, so 2 commanders is very solid. You could go up to 4 potentially if you wanted to.
Would you ever consider right now, with respect to the meta, like a fusion crisis squad?
I mean, I'd rather have the fusion on the commanders and have the airburst on the crisis unit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the reason
we're accurate.
Yeah, exactly. I want the fusion to be hyper accurate. Hidden on 2s, rerolling 1s, and then 1 CP reroll wounds, or at minimum winning on 3s, rerolling 1s.
Yeah.
Farsight Enclaves. And I don't against good players will be able to hide their really important stuff. That I want a fusion for a little longer, and that's why I need the commanders.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense to me.
So I take advantage of the character keyword to protect them and the bodyguard rule on the crisis suits, whereas the crisis suits can take the ignore AP 1 and 2 and sit behind a wall with their air burst and just control the middle of the table.
Look at these poxwalkers things, aren't they? They're looking snazzy, right?
They're getting there.
They're getting there.
If the meta was full of vehicles, then sure, the Nightbringer is actually good. Like maybe Drukhari becomes the meta army, and they're running tons of Venoms. Then I would definitely think about running the Void Dragon because of his ability to heal.
All right. Do you think it's time we should freehand the banana?
Let's see this freehand.
All right, we're gonna make it some yellow. I need a strong yellow,
All right,
not a
put
soft
the base
yellow.
coat on here.
You know, he's gotta make excuses about the base coat.
These are crew.
These are Groot. How do you feel about Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy? Give me an honest opinion.
I like Groot.
You like Groot?
Mhm.
I'm a big fan of Groot. What do you guys think? Are you guys a big fan of Groot? Small fans of Groot? Indifferent? Do you dislike Groot? How could you dislike Groot? If you have negative feelings towards Groot, I would like to hear why.
Have you thought about a Sawtech vehicle heavy list with a Stalker all hitting on 2s, rolling 1s, first target of your choice? I don't think Sawtech is that great. Sawtech works really well with Immortal spam,
Yeah.
but even then, it's not amazing because they're not nearly as good as combat as that they would be with Novak. And in Sawtech, you kind of want to go for Xandric and Imhotep, so you don't want to fit in the Silent King with them. So, I don't know. It's mostly a shooting army, and I think pure shooting armies really struggle right now.
Yeah. Maybe in a different type of meta or mission set.
Yeah.
Like the stats are good.
On the latest Triple Catan list, have you thought about using the Void Reaper on your CCV? I have. I think because I'm going for Mortals with that list, the Voltaic staff is better. Because I pop that with a bunch of Thunderbolts, and I'm splashing Mortals all over the place. I think that's better. But if Triple Catan became the meta in singles play, then sure, I would pop the Void Reaper on there and then have him go kill their Catan.
What's the Void Reaper?
It ignores any abilities that prevent you from losing wounds. So
So it's like a Catan but on a character?
it's like the rule that the Nightbringer has, but it's a relic that you can put on a Lord.
That's really good right now. Why don't you take that? Can you put on a command march and just run around and kill stuff?
That's exactly what we're talking about.
Why don't you do that right now?
Because I don't need to. I have 40 bodies in front of my Catan, including 10 Lich Guard.
I'm just saying to kill Terminators and stuff like that.
It's 4 attacks.
It's 4 Terminators. All hits, all wounds. Crit hack.
Well, you're not rerolling ones, so
All hits, all wounds.
okay.
Go big or go home, Seeks.
It's not that consistent, but you put the Eternal Madness on to reroll wounds on him.
It's not consistent.
But
with that too,
like I said, I think the Voltaic staff is better because I'm trying to go for Mortals.
All right, hook a brother up. I need a yellow for this banana, and I need a turquoise.
All right, yellow. What's your turquoise? Toxic Mist?
No, let me get like that one.
This one?
Elemental Bolt.
And what's the yellow called?
I don't know. I don't know anything about yellow. Just try to find yellow. That looks good.
There aren't many yellows in here.
Well, it's a good thing we got the Arm Painter Mega Paint set.
All right, here's one.
Oh, that's like
Lava orange.
That's good. I got a yellow out of here. I'm sure there's plenty of demonic yellow. That's the color.
I found it. Moon dust.
Moon dust. This could be a banana.
There's the Avalanche Sunset.
That's great. That's a great yellow for a base coat.
Here we go. Demonic yellow.
Demonic yellow. We got the bananas. This is all the bananas I need. Now we're talking.
For Deathwatch, how do you feel about 5 heavy intercessors with 5 plasma scepters? Expensive. They're very strong because you can stack 5 of Funeral Pain, 5 of Invuln on them. And they have strats to fall back and shoot. So it is a very consistent unit. Nick, what do you think about the 5 heavy intercessors, 5 inceptors?
I've used it a few times. It's really good. Big fan. It's doesn't really die when you put Funeral Pain Transhuman on it, and you can apothecary, so like chip damage doesn't work. It's Highly recommend. I wouldn't take too many. Like, don't spam them. I tried to spam them. You need more other stuff in your army, but like a unit of that to be an anchor is great.
Well, the next original list was like 3 of them, 3 max.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is excessive.
No, it's not. But banana phone.
Airburst and advanced targeting system for the crisis suits, yes, 100%. I've been running that unit since the Farsight Enclaves got rules in Psychic Awakening, and it's still just so very strong. Nick's the person to play against it the most.
The crisis bomb?
With the airburst.
I hate that thing.
Remember when you tried to play Tyranids against it?
Yeah. When my Hive Guard didn't show up to work at all, that started the Hive Guard train right there.
Or did the AgMech game come first?
Oh, maybe. I think the Tau came first, honestly, but I could be wrong.
Not the One Moon Scorpius tank. Alright, I'm going to split. There's going to be 2 guys in the One Moon one, the other 4 into here. He's like, no.
I think that's what broke my back on the Hive Guard. That's when I was like, you guys are actually done.
Yeah. But you ended up putting literally every model into it. One Moon Scorpius and it just didn't die.
It's like, no reason to mess around with this. I'll just be mad. Oh my god.
It's like, good hits. 5 wounds. Don't do it to me.
Don't you do this. You did it. Heals for 8. Thanks, Admech. Just erase my turn.
Well, the funny thing too was I just ignored the Hive Guard as well. I'm just like, I don't need to kill these.
Wasn't the funny thing, in my opinion. It's really just a sad fact. That was after you blew up on my Gene Stealers. After we agreed you couldn't blow up all my Gene Stealers.
I didn't blow all of them up.
Just like 30 of them. Definitely enough that they...
Okay, you were going to deploy it in the middle, and I at least told you can deploy...
What was the point? Because you shot me anyway. You just... The middle or the front.
Plus 6-inch range.
Oh my god.
You're not getting out of that.
So why not just be in front of you, you know?
Because then I would put all the other weapons.
Who cares? It got tabled.
What do you think of Goonhammer's units, roles, breakdown, position, holders, brawlers, elimination, and attrition?
What who?
I mean, it's a good way to just break down the different archetypes of units you want in your list. Seems pretty reasonable to me.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it, to be honest.
Well, it's just saying, like, here's the type of roles you're looking for, and give examples.
I just haven't looked at the article, so like it's hard for me to say. But yeah, I try to identify art units like that. I use different nomenclature personally, but it's the same type of thing.
Yeah, it's archetypes, just breaking units down, trying to simplify the complexity of 40k.
Yeah, like 40k has 10 gajillion rules in it. You can't know all that at once and apply it all at once. You have to simplify it, and this is a great way to do it.
Is there any value in a strategy with using ranks of Necron warriors based on weapon range? So rank of Gauss Reapers in front and Gauss Flayers behind. If the Gauss Flayer was a little better in any way, I would like it more. Like, the range is nice, except you're still going to want to be in half range and you're moving every turn. And the warriors are the board control on that list. So you need to get onto the objectives ASAP, which means you're advancing. And I much prefer the Gauss Reaper there. Strength 5 AP2 is just so much better of a profile than Strength 4 AP1.
That's for sure.
AP2 ignore cover is kind of the ideal. AP3 is nice, but are harder to find in mass shooting.
We are getting there with these Poxwalkers. Slowly but surely. Surely but slowly.
Nick, what are you running for your events?
For the Texas tournament, I'm running Death Guard. We got a mix of Mortarians, Anvil, and Inexorable. Mostly Inexorable. Big brick of Blight Lords. 2 units of 3 Death Shrouds. Double Demon Prince for the while we stands and just utility of it. Abusing character rule with bodyguards. The trio of characters, Foul Blight Spawn, Biology Professor, and Telling Me Bananas. What else do I got there, Steves? Double Contempt of Dreads. And a clean, healthy, brutal 60 Poxwalkers. 60. Not 58. No messing around with it.
How many are going to come back to life?
At least all of them.
It feels so bad leaving Poxwalker unit.
When I have like any Poxwalkers, like when I have a damage squad of Poxwalkers, I'm like, which 5-point swing do I want? How do I abuse this? Can I also spread the sickness while I'm at it? It's so great. I love Poxwalkers.
Favorite Tau Sept lore-wise and favorite Chaos Warband lore-wise. Tau Sept 100% is the Farsight Enclaves. It was before they got rules, then they got the best rules, and it was amazing. So, love the Farsight Enclaves. I like their aggressive positioning.
We really painted 30 Poxwalkers and based 30 Poxwalkers and Italian into less than 2 hours. That's like what's actually happening today.
What's your favorite Chaos Warband? Because I don't have a favorite, to be clear.
Chaos Works.
That's favorite Xenos faction that doesn't have models.
That's Mark's favorite. I don't have a Chaos Warband either. I don't really know. I'm not a fluff guy. Okay, this is just the truth of the matter.
What about Legion?
I like Thousand Sons Alive. I think they're pretty. I like Emperor's Children and Death Guard. I think all three of those are really cool. Alpha Legion I like, but like that's not my favorite. I think if I had to pick a favorite, it would be Emperor's Children.
Okay.
Because Slenish, they know what they're about. I like what they're about.
Does Nightbringer ignore Transhuman or Angel's Terminator Woundjank? No, doesn't ignore that. So it ignores abilities that prevent wounds from being taken. So like Feel No Pains and I can only take 3 wounds per phase. It ignores that stuff. It'd be amazing if it ignored Transhuman. I run the 5x5 heavy plus plasma rerolls against elites upgrade. Ends up working really well into anything with Transhuman.
Definitely.
Yep. All those Blade Guard and Terminators that are inner circle. Nope. They are still taking a lot of damage.
Oh yeah.
-1 damage does help there though with Dark Angels. But still not. You're still getting volume through on them. How is the dual dynamic?
It wasn't me.
Do you need help?
I don't know. No, I got him.
Okay. Literally almost fell right back off the table as soon as Nick fell. Unbelievable. How is the dual Dynasty Necrons working out for you? Swapped out for Catans. Have you tried any of the updated Tomb Centipedes? So I tried out the dual one. I don't think StatTech is that good. So I think pure custom Dynasty OPSEC pregame move is much better.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna try and play that triple Catan OPSEC build against Nick next week. Hopefully.
We are?
Yeah.
What was the schedule we did?
I thought it was Orcs first.
It was Orcs. I'm not playing for Orcs.
You don't have to play.
I'm switching this. I got so many armies I want to play.
You can play Harlequins. You can play whatever you want.
Harlequins would get dismantled by Mortal Wounds now.
Do they?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll play Harlequins.
Give yourself a challenge.
Give myself a challenge. I like it. And you know what? I'll
Play what you want. Play what you're excited about.
I'm excited about Magnus Morning Lord Change.
Okay, all right, I'll play Admech.
No.
This is brutal.
I'll play Harlequins into you. That'd be a fun game.
If you prefer, I'm fine playing.
And John's gonna airburst the Harlequins this weekend. Oh, this is perfect.
We can get them finally painted. It's only been almost a year for the Harlequins to be painted.
No, only like 8 months, 9 months.
No, we got them in March.
No, we did not. We got them in like May.
You ordered not the bikes, the Star Weaver transports in March, and the extra troops.
I'm calling shenanigans.
I had to go back through the history. Remember?
You and your history books. You professor of facts.
I'll take you to school, Nick.
I already graduated.
Did you though?
We have a piece of paper that says so. Very important piece of paper. Paid a lot of money.
It says
for
New
that.
Jersey on it. I'm skeptical of this.
You don't know what it says.
If you had to choose between a chapter master or a chaplain, which would you take? Depends on what Space Marine faction you're taking. If it's Ultramarines, it's obviously the chaplain because you're taking Gilliman, so you don't need a chapter master. But almost most of the other factions, it's a chapter master. White Scars, it's a chaplain because you're taking Khan.
Mm-hmm.
So
It depends.
Yeah, it really does depend.
Con.
Crisis box set has 0 airburst. Any good sources to get those? There are, and can't really talk about them on stream. But if you want help getting where you can find airburst, go ahead and go on to the Reddit community Tau 40K, and the people on there will surely help you.
Look at you, Siegs.
Now, I haven't gotten any from on there because I bought way too many commander kits.
That's true. I can actually tell you.
Nick
Siegs,
knows I have legit airbursts on all those crises.
He solved. We don't have enough
Special weapons for the Tau.
Just buy more commanders. I'm like, Siegs, why is the budget for Tau commanders this?
Well, it was my budget, to be fair. It wasn't Art of War's budget.
Soon it'll be Art of Wars. I know what you're doing. You just want me to fund your Tau commander addiction.
As soon as Plasma becomes a good Nick, I'm going to need lots and lots of...
That's what I'm saying. See, he's going to come with a Warp Fire, right? 86 Plasma commanders. What? Really out stock.
Can't survive one stream without dropping stuff. He was good for a while.
I spilled coffee today, too. Today's been not the best day. Aggression.
You've had some good days.
These are good. This is a good day to look at these Poxwalkers. They're Poxalicious for, like, no effort.
No Plagueburst Crawler, Nick, huh?
No Plagueburst Crawler. I didn't, it was a very terrain-dependent call. You know, like, going into the Sunday or Saturday, whatever the day lists were due, I was like, Plagueburst Crawler time. But then they posted a picture of lists, a picture of the terrain, which I wish they'd done a little bit earlier than the day lists were due, but whatever. So I took a look at the terrain. I set up a whole table, put objectives on and everything, the same way they did. And it was like, wow, there's not much line of sight blocking in the middle of the board. And all the objectives are in the open. Guess I don't need a Plagueburst Crawler, so I take Double Dread instead. But in most formats, I'd probably opt for Plagueburst Crawler still. That's the mark of a champion. You build for the format. You adapt.
Nick, is there any real value to the Death Guard Demon Prince with wings now? Seems like walking with a sword is the better build.
I am all about the Wing Princes personally because Death Guard don't move fast. They really don't. It's actually problem number one. And the fact that you can solve it, sort of, or at least attempt to put a band-aid on it with Wing Princes, really does a lot for you, I think. I know it's pricey, but like, get over it. And then the other thing they do is if you don't take large, multiple, like in my build, I have an 8-man Blight Lord and 2 3-man Dreadnoughts. My Wally stands are character princes because the wings make them expensive. That's important. You got to build for Wally stand with Death Guard. You just have to. I don't know how you win successfully. So, not many people are on the Wing Prince stream, but you know what? Not many people have won Adepticon 4 times either. You gotta go crazy.
Well, nobody else has, right?
No one else has.
Not many.
Sometimes you go crazy. Try to Wing Princes. And it doesn't start there. It starts off with like humble things, like let's try Mortarion. Goes to let's go to Typhus. Somehow you land on Princes. It's the way it works. It's the process.
You just gave Typhus a tease.
I went to Typhus. I was trying him for a bit. I don't hate Typhus. Good guy.
Hearing TJ go off on Admech on the coach stream was so cathartic. Sorry, Siegs, but I just hate them.
Oh. Poor Admech.
Nick didn't like Admech for a while.
I hate that every army you played for this was the exact same army in disguise. But now it's not no longer, and the complaining of that has stopped. But for a while, Siegs was like, I'm going to play Tau, and then I'm going to play Admech, and then I'm going to play Grey Knights. I'm like, Siegs, you got to charge.
Oh, Grey Knights are at least different than those.
Right. Not the way you played. I'm going to sit behind a wall and table you with unkillable paladins. No, that's the same army.
I got Psychic when I needed it.
Learned how to cast a Psychic power. That's what you did.
That's like the most reliable casting in the game.
Yeah, you're like...
It hasn't happened yet, but there's going to be a time where I fail Astralium with a reroll.
I cannot
really
wait.
awful.
He's going to complain for 3 weeks about that. I'm going to hear about it the rest of my life.
John's painting the Harleys this week. That's why he wanted to hang out. He's going to be a busy boy.
Well, Siegs and I... Well, see, you're not going away anymore, right? So you're going to be here. All right. Well, John was planning on being home alone with Harlequins. And who knows what will happen.
He's going to have to work a lot because they are base coded.
That's what they are. Yep. I did the legwork for him. He's just gonna hit him with a dry brush, get him started for me.
He's not doing diamond patterns and stuff?
I don't think he's gonna do diamond patterns. I don't think John can do diamond patterns. That's like really hard.
No, you get a stencil.
Oh,
John can do it.
stencils? I don't know how to use a stencil.
I believe in John more than you.
Wow.
Look at
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow. You know what? Fine. You can do this on your own then. Have fun. Paint your John, not me. Unbelievable.
It's just a stencil. It's actually not. If you have to freehand it, yeah, it is difficult.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't. You don't.
No, he's not going to freehand it.
He's not going to stencil it either.
If he freehands all the diamond patterns, the build that comes back to you is just gigantic.
That's what I'm saying.
No. Who do you think the best allies are for knights? Thinking 3 Majera, maybe Dark Angels, but Sisters, Admech seem pretty solid. The Admech Severus Raiders are really nice. Give you early speed and just cheap units. Deathcore Riders of Krieg, I've seen people run.
30 Poxwalkers and a Tallyman done.
30 Poxwalkers and a Tallyman if you're running... Well, you need HQs, but if you're running Chaos Knights...
You also need 3 units of troops to go along
that's
with
just
those
no, you're
30
not doing
Poxwalkers.
You're really running Death Guard. you drop the Knights...
You're not putting Knights in your Death Guard, I promise. Death Guard are very hard to build with, not because they have so many options, because they're so restricted. You have to take a Bubonic Astartes infantry core thing to unlock a Poxwalker. You have to take...
John is right there.
Restricted. What are you talking about?
John is sitting right there.
So what?
He's here. You heard their whole conversation.
Good. He knows you have faith in him, and he knows that he's not putting diamonds on my Harlequins. Awesome. Happy for everybody. I don't talk behind John's back. I put this on stream. He can go back and watch this.
Yeah, I think he's in the chat.
Good.
Joke's on you because I'm not taking Gilliman where I can take Uriel Ventress. Oh, it's for Crusade. Okay. I don't know Uriel Ventress's rules, but...
You don't know Uriel Ventress's rules?
No, neither do you.
This isn't about me.
I don't
You're
even...
the historian.
Let's ask John if he knows.
John-
Bet on whether John knows the rules or not of Uriel Ventress.
I think he does. Do you think he does?
He's looking.
Do you think come here.
He definitely does. He read that Warhammer community article.
He totally did.
He knows every single rule on that data sheet.
I want him to know that I voted.
I think he knows. I said I believe in John. John, tell us about Uriel Ventress.
Uriel Ventress?
Yeah,
Are we discussing rules?
his rules.
Oh, he's it's not that impressive, honestly. He's basically a captain, and I think he has like a slightly better power sword that hits
It's my
a
shade
little
brush.
different on charge.
What are you doing?
I was using it to wash my army.
Incredible.
Look, John, they're all
I
done.
thought you were dry brushing with it.
No,
Okay.
There's no dry brushing here. There's a pile of wet. Everything is wet.
Are these 3 different washes?
There are like 6 different washes. I don't have but that
There's no
Why did you
consistency.
use a paint palette for washes?
because I didn't want the wash to dry.
Oh, you can't dip in these.
Yeah, it's because this is a nightmare, John.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not a nightmare. That's a masterpiece.
Reddit or
I'll
Facebook
pay you
for...
$5 to throw that out right now.
You think that's worth $5 to me?
No, I don't, but I'm trying to
That
help.
probably
you.
sounded really loud.
Sorry, it's worth so much more than $5 to me.
Okay.
Reddit or Facebook for Tau Airburst. Some people literally have shipped me some for free. There's not a lot of believers in the Airburst, but they are very, very strong.
Yeah, busts.
Playing against international opponents, what are some common things you've noticed? More horde focused, typically aggressive players.
It depends on like what countries, you know. So like England and those like English-speaking Western countries in Europe typically do a lot of mathy stuff. Their lists are very mathematically sound. Germany, I find, does a lot of weird stuff, which I'm all about the weird stuff personally. France is like a happy in-between. They're like, some players I find are very mathy and some players are very personal, I guess, with their creations. Some countries are just all over the place. I don't really know. Spain is very personal with their creations, I find. But this is very general. It's, you know, each player has their own take. I'm generalizing entire countries on play styles here. So,
And on just ETC.
and on just like my small sample size, which is really just their ETC teams and what I've studied off them, which, you know, is theoretically their best players, but also it doesn't have to be. Certainly not the majority of their players. All right. We good, Mr. Siegs? How's the crew
I
coming?
got 4 more crew to base
One more
coat.
crew to base coat.
Well, base coat the green, that is. I'm not sure if Nick even knows all of Gilliman's rules. I doubt he could.
I can tell you every Gilliman rule.
Yeah?
Yeah. He stands back up on a 4-up. He's got a super sword, which has 2 different profiles. He's got a gun that's like an awesome straight 6 -2, 2 damage thing, 24 inches. He's got good stats across the board. He's got he's got he's got a 12-inch aura of reroll 1s and +1 advance and charge for all Imperium units. He is a chapter master for Ultramarines, of course. He's also a lieutenant for Ultramarines. And he gives you a CP bonus on top of your CP for taking him. So you just get all the command points you want, Ultramarines, because also you got Tiggs in there.
Nick, I'm offended.
What?
You have forgotten the best part of Golem.
What is that?
It's the warlord trait.
Yep.
The heroic intervention warlord trait. But that's not necessarily a Gilliman rule. That is a warlord trait that he could or could not have.
He actually has to be the warlord.
Yeah.
What if you have 2 models that have to be the warlord?
Then
That's
find me 2 Imperium models that say that.
I'm sure they will exist at some point. It's just a matter of time.
This is some Magnus Mortarian stuff going on over here.
That's what I'm saying.
Colin Gilliman in the same list.
Colin Gilliman, yeah.
Colin's not to be the warlord. Colin knows who's boss. It's Gilliman.
So it's
I
just
imagine he gets an updated version of it where he has to be regardless because he's the Lord of the Imperium.
Call?
No.
Oh, I was gonna
No,
say,
Gilliman.
I don't know anything about call. I don't know anything about. Oh no, I dropped that.
Is it open?
Yeah.
Great.
And he didn't try to pick it up.
It's an army painter paint. You know what that means? Nothing bad happens. All my sponsors are Nick proof because they know better.
That would have been absolute.
That would have, Games Workshop paint would have been on this carpet. That's not ours. We would just have a giant yellow splotch of paint on our carpet. But because we have sponsors that are Nick proof, guess what happened? Nothing bad. Nothing bad.
All because Nick wanted to tally some bananas.
All because I wanted to tally some bananas.
So I'm not too familiar with Crisis with Airburst. What's the strategy when using those, and what's your target priority? Essentially what the list does is I throw a ton of OBSEC bodies on the middle objectives, and I shoot away whatever can deal with them. So, yeah, people have said, critiquing the list, like I don't have a lot of anti-tank in the list outside the commanders, and that's totally fair. Or if it's T7, like reroll wounds on the Airburst will still get quite a bit of damage done. But I'm really trying to get rid of their OBSEC and their board control and just outlast them. If they have a bunch of multi-meltas, so what? They're not going to get through 5-1 breachers quick enough. Or all the crew. So try and kill the stuff that kills your OBSEC and your board control. That's what the Airburst is for. So you can eventually trade it if you need to. But it's also a good while we stand target, along with the commanders.
What do you think is banana? It's a little banana.
I don't think they're going to be able to see it. You're going to need to shade it, not shade it, but layer it.
He's holding a banana.
It's a banana on a book.
Well, yeah, you got on the book. It's Italian. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally my bananas. Okay, we are ready to roll. Bananas painted. Tallyman's tallying. Nurgling's good.
What do we got coming up, Nick?
We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got in the war room on Thursday, tomorrow. We got my Death Guard tournament list. We're going to do a tournament clinic right after this. Tournament list against John Lennon's Dark Angels. Final test. Can I beat the champs? Right after this in the war room, we're going to be breaking down the tournament, Clutch City GT. I'm going to be busting out with Brad Chester, going through all the major lists, figuring out if Siegs needs to put the Catans on me or not. All the fun stuff. And then also on Thursday, just on our YouTube channel, alongside right here, we have me and Mr. Siegs, the Kroot party versus the sisters.
Repentia into Kroot?
Punch into Kroots.
It's going to feel amazing. Those Repentia will kill all the Kroot.
It's a good thing I didn't take a single heavy bolter this army.
I thought you had. Oh, you don't have immolators, you have rhinos.
Yeah. Yeah, tailored I did. That's what I did.
You're not John. What do you guys think about the Malceptor stratagem?
The -1 strength or it's fine, but
cool.
I just don't think
It's a
you
lot
need
of
to
points.
invest points and CP into being a little bit more durable. in Tyranids these days.
Put those points towards another D. McCarran, and you're going to be in a great spot.
Yeah, do that.
But thanks everybody for hanging out. We will be, of course, back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, with that YouTube stream game, The Tau, the Enclaves with Kroot allies, into Mr. Nick Nanavati's Bloody Rose Sisters list. Hope to see you there, and